everyone, it's Sierra
and Dakota,
and we are your hosts for Tea Time with Teenagers. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. So
glad to have you here.
Okay, now you're gonna plug the social.
Oh yeah, okay, that's my job. We are very out of it today. Okay.
Very.
So, shameless self-promotion, as I do. We have a Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, which will all be listed in the description if you want to go give those a follow and go to our most recent posts. Like, we interact with people on there if you want to. If you want.
If you leave a comment or you DM us, we will answer you back.
Yeah, because we really like talking to you guys. So,
yeah. Also, YouTube is the only place our podcast will be posted.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Okay, also, a disclaimer. We have a little bit more of a disclaimer this time.
Yeah.
So, well, like always, our episodes are not the greatest quality, but we're trying. And it will get better eventually. Hopefully.
It will.
Our other disclaimer is that, you probably didn't notice because we don't have that big of a following, but in case you did, our last episode 2 weeks ago, we didn't have an episode. That made no sense.
Yeah. Due to a lot of scheduling conflicts and everything, we unfortunately weren't able to put out an episode. We hope you guys can forgive us.
Yeah, but we're back.
We're back.
Okay, hopefully this doesn't happen again.
Yeah. It's like the break. It helped us freshen our minds.
Yeah, even though we've only had 3 episodes. But also, we're back today, and we just feel out of it.
Yeah.
So I feel like the break kind of like...
It's a blessing and a curse, man.
Okay. Yeah, we need to move on now.
I can see my reflection in my laptop, and I don't like it. It's making me uncomfortable.
Okay. This episode, we're only like, how long have we been recording? 2 minutes. And it's already a hot mess. Okay, anyways. The shout out.
Oh, yes. So, we have a shout out to one of our YouTube subscribers who, like, one of the few people so far that we don't know that came to our channel, which we really appreciate. I believe it's I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. I believe it's pronounced Ainsley McCoy.
I think it's Ainsley. Ainsley, I think.
Ainsley McCoy on YouTube.
Got a really cute hedgehog picture.
Yeah, we love your hedgehog. Oh my gosh, so cute.
I don't know. I think it might. I don't know if it's her hedgehog or a picture from the internet. Either way, it's a cute hedgehog.
It's a very cute hedgehog.
Thank you so much for subscribing to us.
Thank you. Like,
okay.
It makes me so happy that somebody that, like, we don't know, like,
we're actually kind of close to 50 subscribers, which is a big milestone for us.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
imagine 50 people that actually, like, want to listen to what you have to say. That's so cool.
Maybe our 50th subscriber will get a shout out, so maybe keep subscribing. Yeah. So, shower thought. So,
We're gonna do a shower thought.
Oh wait, no,
your life.
Wait, I forgot you were going first. We're changing it up. Dakota's going first because she said it's gonna make you very uncomfortable. So be prepared.
As soon as I say this sentence, you're gonna change your breathing to manual.
Wait, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Right now, you're focusing on how you're breathing, aren't you?
A little bit.
You're welcome.
Okay, so to lighten the mood after that terrifying thought,
also you're blinking manually as well. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this episode is about our horrible teacher experiences. So this one's gonna lighten the mood a little bit before we get into it. I do want to say though that this episode, like, we're not bashing all teachers, because, like, teachers are warriors, they're amazing. I'm going to school to become a teacher.
I cannot imagine dealing with that many kids on a daily.
These are just our experiences, so I don't want to bash teachers.
These are the very rare occasions of what overall were good experiences.
Like bad experiences?
These are bad parts of good years.
Yeah.
This is not saying that our teachers were bad. This is saying that at some point everybody messes up, and these are just a few instances in which something happened that wasn't particularly great.
Yeah. So we're not bashing teachers. We loved our teachers growing up. I had something else to say, but I can't remember what it is. But you basically covered it real well. Okay. So this is a stranger somewhere probably remembers you because you were kind when no one else was. So, like, you think about it, you don't remember strangers typically, but, like, they probably remember. There's gotta be someone out there who remembers you because, like, you held a door open or, like, you dropped something and they picked it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, that lightens the mood a little bit before we get into these.
Sometimes strangers can be nice.
Yeah.
But kids don't get in cars with them.
Yeah. Don't take candy from
stranger danger.
Don't take candy from strangers. You know what's weird? It's like Halloween, like you literally take candy from strangers.
Yeah, I was when I was 8, I told my brother about that. Like, isn't that kind of creepy? And he was like, could have done it.
Okay, that was not like planned, but okay.
No, it wasn't.
So,
I said it anyway.
we don't have questions this episode, but we asked people on Twitter.
Beautiful.
Yeah, who like what their horrible teacher experiences were, and we're gonna read them. We're only reading a few because then we have ours to get to. So
we were shaking the table so much. Right now, our microphone setup is so precarious.
Yeah,
our stand was not working with our table today, so it's being balanced on my water bottle.
Yeah.
It's also on our Instagram story, isn't it?
It is. So if you want to see what our setup was, go to our Instagram story. The story will be expired, but it's in our highlights.
Yeah, it'll be in our highlights. It's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, so like we said before, like if you want to see it, our Instagram and all our other socials will be linked below.
Yeah.
So Allie says okay, so she's from Australia, so that's why, like, I guess I assumed like everyone watching us or listening to us is from America. But if you're not from Australia, this sentence is cool.
Yeah.
My year coordinator stole $20 from my locker.
That's low. Also, can I say, Allie, I love your emojis. There's like 2 kissy face emojis and just like the one where it's like smiling.
It's like sarcasm. Like, my year coordinator stole $20 from my locker. Mwah.
It's a thing of beauty. I love that.
Okay. The next one is also from Australia. Her name's Alana. I think she's been mentioned in previous episodes.
Was she the one that said the thing about the squirrels?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think she was last
Squirrel girl.
I think she was like, you're referring to her as schoolgirl girl now?
Yes.
Okay, I think the last episode she was a shoutout. Or, I don't remember, but she was mentioned, okay. In year 1, my teacher used to go around kissing kids on the lips or cheek or something, so every day when I went to school, I had the fear my teacher was going to kiss me. I think, isn't year 1 in Australia like first or second grade?
But, okay.
That's really sad.
I think, okay, I don't know the context, but I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that this teacher was trying to, like, be nice and everything. They simply didn't do it right, because if a student is very, like, uncomfortable to go to class for fear that their teacher's gonna do something like that without their consent, that does not sound fun.
Exactly.
I really hope that was, like, brought up to, like, the school board that was making kids uncomfortable.
Yeah, I hope, like,
because
I hope they're still not teaching, because she's, I think, a C. She's in year 11, so.
Like, I really hope, like, sometime somebody was, like, able to go to the school board.
Yeah, I hope it was, like, that teacher was a little too friendly then. Like, even if they meant good intentions, it's like,
yeah.
I know, it's a rule of thumb that you're not even supposed to, like, hug kids, but if they go up to hug you, then you can.
Yeah, like them. My little dragons in the karate class that I teach, they give me hugs after class. But, okay, this reminded me, before we started recording, I was about to tell Sierra about it, and I was like, I'm waiting for the podcast.
Oh, yeah, because we had, the thing I was going to say is we had a hard time coming up with ideas, but, like, I don't know where I was going with that. We had a hard time coming up with ideas because there's so few instances where, like, we've had negative experiences.
Yeah.
That was my point.
Yeah. So this isn't bad or anything because it didn't make me uncomfortable as a kid. In Sunday school, one of the substitute teachers in my old Sunday school when I was, like, 8, would give us kisses on the head, after asking that it was okay. And she said it was a kiss from God. I personally didn't find anything weird about it. And she always asked us kids, and she made us feel comfortable about it. And if we said no, she didn't do it. So, and she was a really nice lady, too. But, yeah, that's just, like, it reminded me.
Sunday school, I feel like, is different, but, like, I feel like that would still not be okay, and...
It's not okay to go kiss kids on the lips.
Or on the cheek. Or on the head, like, even if they ask, like, some kids may say okay.
It wasn't the forehead, it was direct, like, on the
the head. I know. Some kids may say it's okay, but, like, some parents might not.
Some parents might not like it.
Yeah. Okay.
I personally didn't develop anything negative from it, but it just sort of reminded me of that experience.
The last one is from Mia. In first grade, I was 5 in first grade. I used to walk to the classroom and put my hat and gloves on the classroom snowman, made of wood or something. I was a quiet kid. One day my teacher, she put this in quotations, caught me and yelled at me for invading the snowman's personal space. I was 5. That is weird. I feel like that's not
the form of the snowman.
I know. Invading the snowman's personal space. That's a little. Like, I guess, like, teachers say stuff like that, as in, like, the kid-friendly way, like, I don't know. Yeah. That's just a little strange.
I'm messing with this pen, getting ink all over my hands.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. So now we're going to get into our stories.
Yay!
Okay.
Okay, a couple of mine I think I may have already said in our last episode because we got the idea for this episode.
Yeah, if you notice, in our last episode, there was no way to cut it out. We cut it out because we wanted it for this episode because we thought of this idea directly in the middle of the last episode. So you might have noticed that it was cut. And yeah, you were getting to something along that lines, weren't you?
Yeah, in our last episode, you might think that this is kind of repetitive, but we're expanding on a couple of stories that we said.
It wasn't. It's not repetitive because you cut it out. They never heard it.
I didn't cut out the entire thing.
Well, you did. You cut out everything they said about the teachers. Because I listened to it back. And I told you to give a sneak peek of what we were going to be saying in the episode, and then I texted you, and I was like, you cut it out, and it's so obvious that there's a cut there.
Okay, that's... Now
so it's not repetitive.
Before this episode, we were listening to an unedited version and on YouTube, and I get things so mixed up all the time. Entirely my fault. But yeah, I cut out the entire part, I guess, because I think there just wasn't a good place that we stopped at all during that.
Yeah, I thought that you would give a little sneak peek, and I was like, oh, if you randomly have a cut there, then you know that we.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're rambling. We've been rambling a lot.
We've rambled a lot. I'm tired.
We're saying sentences that aren't making sense. I'm saying sentences that aren't making sense. And we're also I can tell our energy. We're trying not to be so obnoxious because it doesn't sound well in the audio. But you can tell we're just not high energy today. But okay.
It's fine.
I feel these stories might get us heated a little bit.
Okay. Do you want to
again, not bashing teachers. These are our few instances. Because I'm going to be a teacher, and I've had some amazing teacher experiences, but we're not sharing this. Maybe we'll do a separate episode where we talk about our good teacher experiences.
Yeah.
So give us a like if you want to hear us talk about our good teacher experiences.
If we reach so many likes, we're going to do good teacher.
Wait, what should our likes be?
What?
Should we say...
Are we one of those now? Hey guys, let's try and get this to 100,000 likes.
Should we say 15 likes? Because we don't get that many likes.
15 likes.
No. Or 15 likes, or months down the road we want to do a second episode and we just do it. Or a second part.
15 likes, yay!
Get this to 15 likes. If it doesn't get 15 likes, then whenever we just want to do a second part, we're just gonna do it.
We're gonna do it no matter what. Okay. You want to go first, or should I ask
that? You asked me that, but I didn't answer you.
Okay.
So, this one, when I was in 7th grade, this isn't about me, it's about another student. Am I so boring that you're yawning?
No, I'm cracking my jaw. I pretend that I'm yawning when I crack my jaw because it looks really weird to just have my mouth open and my jaw moving. So,
okay.
I'm sorry.
I just stopped mid-sentence. This is how my brain works.
What was it, last time? Or the
I think I did it before. I was like, why are you yawning?
I crack my jaw so often it looks so weird to just pop.
But I want to yawn.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Alrighty, moving along. Okay. What was your story?
That I got so rudely interrupted. So in 7th grade, we had a substitute teacher, I think it's for English. Then we had this kid who wasn't really well behaved. I think he's okay now. I follow him on social media.
Alright. Oh, well, drop my pen.
He wasn't cooperating in class, and the teacher full on spanked him on the booty.
I'm sorry, what?
What? Are you laughing at the way I said that, or what happened?
What? I'm very uncomfortable with the energy we've created in the studio today.
We're literally in a
Wait, You've never seen The Office, but this is reminding me of the. If anybody knows that part of The Office I'm talking about, let me know. We can be besties. But it. First of all, that is wrong on so many levels. That.
It was the talk of the school that day, obviously. She got sent
Wait,
home.
which grade was this?
7th.
So this is a 12 to 13-year-old kid.
Yes. Also, she wasn't allowed to come back, but I think they allowed her to come back after a couple years. I can't remember. I think she was allowed to come back after a couple years. I think I remember having her in high school. Yeah. It's basically like she was suspended but wasn't expelled from the school.
You don't wanna? No.
Okay,
Alrighty.
Are you gonna go now?
Alrighty, yeah. So, I don't know, because all these stories, they just sound weird to start saying. Last day of 2nd grade, when I was in 2nd grade, so the last day of school, every kid from the elementary school that was going to the middle school would walk through the main hall and then walk over to the middle school. It was this cool little ceremony, and it's not like we had graduations between them, but it was just hey, good job, you made it past 4th grade.
They did that for me when I was in 6th grade.
Yeah, I never got to walk the halls because I started homeschooling in 3rd grade.
Oh no, that was so sad.
Yeah. Anyways, so next to my classroom was at the end of the hall, and there was a stairway next to it, and they couldn't really put anything there. So there was this really low, almost coffee table thing, and a couple cushioned chairs for a nice little study area or whatever. So that's pretty cool, right? So I'm wearing my backpack because it's the end of the day. I'm either wearing it or I had to go back to get it, but this is the last thing that we did that day. And I had my art box for some reason. We had these plastic containers that we put our art supplies in to take to the art room.
Doesn't everyone have those?
I don't know.
I would assume, but I'm not gonna assume.
Mine was larger. I remember in the school that I went to before that, then again that was kindergarten, we had really small ones. So, whatever. So I put it down in front of this table, and I stood a couple feet in front of it. And I was at the very end of the hall, and everything was fine. And I'm cheering, and then one of the last kids walks by, and I take a step back, and I trip on my art box. I fall. That's not the worst part. On my way down, my back goes against this coffee table.
Oh,
and
that's the worst feeling ever.
My shirt goes up, and I knew that it hurt, but I didn't know the extent of what happened. I can't remember whether or not I have a scar on my back, because I don't exactly look at my back all the time. But, so I'm in an obnoxious amount of pain, especially for 2nd grade. I was 7 at the time, and that was back when I cried from physical pain, so that was bad. And so I go back into the classroom, and I'm basically hyperventilating, and the closest thing I can relate it to is kind of what I remember my panic attacks feeling like. Seriously, I was a 7-year-old having a panic attack, and everybody was just are you okay? And I really didn't want to talk to anybody because I was super embarrassed, and I was in a lot of pain. So I was just leave me alone. The teacher, when a kid gets hurt, the teacher is supposed to go over and be hey, are you okay? Do you want to go to the nurse's office? Yada, yada, yada. Yeah, she didn't do any of that. She went to her desk, kind of looked at me with a worried expression and side glances, and just pretended that, I didn't exist, I guess. And she was just, moving all the stuff around, cleaning up, I guess. And I was in so much pain. Okay, so I get on the bus in tears. I go home. Last day of school, I go home. So all the teachers have left the school by the time I'm home, right? And my parents are at the end of my driveway waiting for me. We have a pretty dang long driveway because we live in the middle of nowhere, and me and my brother were able to walk up the driveway by ourselves. There was no problem. And so usually our parents were there, but since it was the last day of school, our parents were, and they probably were waiting for us to get home to go get a snack or a treat or something. Now that I think about it, because that makes the most sense in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Or they just wanted to see us. But so I get home and I'm in tears, and my parents are like, "What's wrong?" They're probably assuming that I'm just like, "Oh, I'm not gonna see my friends for 3 whole months. Oh, boo-hoo." And I'm like, "No, I hurt my back." They pick up my shirt. Apparently, through this shirt, I'd soaked all my blood through because I had an open wound.
Teachers are supposed to fill out an incident report. Like, if you get hurt, they're supposed to, like, look at you.
Okay.
Teachers can get fired for that.
I don't know, man. So my mom was ticked. She was absolutely ticked because I had been sitting on a bus seat with an open wound for like half an hour.
Oh my gosh.
And, you know, end of the school year, she couldn't go yell at the teacher for letting a kid with an open wound on a bus. And then, so it's like in the summer, and in the summer, our library that we usually go to has like the summer reading program for kids.
Mm-hmm.
We go there, and we see the teacher. And my mom's like, "Did you know that she had an open wound? Did you know that she got hurt?" The teacher's like, "Oh yeah, I know she got hurt, but like, she didn't seem that bad. I was having a panic attack and bleeding profusely." And my mom's like, "So you let a kid with an open wound on a bus? Like, she could have developed a disease." She, as in me. Like, I could have developed like some sort of like bad infection from this. And she's like, "How'd you like if your daughter had that happen to her?" And I don't remember much, but I do remember this teacher was like mortified. So that was fun.
I would, when I have kids, I would be furious too.
Yeah. That's why I'm not having kids. I just, no.
Okay.
I spent like 10 minutes on that story.
You really did. Okay.
I was ticked.
So, I'm going to, this one isn't really a bad teacher story, but my 8th grade teacher was hired like 2 or 3 days before school started.
Strange.
Okay, so we had this other teacher, and he was like the best teacher ever, and everyone was like, "We're gonna call him Mr. Pringle," because there's a can of Pringles, right? So Mr. Pringle, was the favorite teacher, and 7th grade, we're all excited to have him next year. Yeah.
What are you saying?
Yeah, you know how my brain works. So, oh gosh, I know what I'm saying, I just can't spit it out. Okay, so we're all excited to have him, but he moved up to the freshman science teacher. And so we didn't get to have him. And then we're gonna call the other teacher Mr. Penn, because there's also a pen right in front of us. So, Mr. Penn got hired like 3 days, 2 or 3 days.
That's just like how you name your kids.
What's right in front of you? Okay, so Mr. Penn got hired like 2 or 3 days before school started, and he had nothing prepared. I don't know just because he's like an actually bad teacher, or if he just like didn't have time to prepare. But you would think by like the end of the school year he would have things prepared. Like it would just be like the first few weeks that like it took him a bit.
Mm-hmm.
No. What we did every day in class was we watched videos and took notes, and then we'd turn it in. So he'd like get out a piece of paper, write down 20 facts from this video, and turn it in. Or he'd lecture to us, and we'd write down like every single class pretty much. It was like super boring and super like he wasn't trying at all to like, you know. And I do remember doing 1 or 2 labs, but that's about it. I do remember this one time I was very bad about turning in my work in like middle school, like very bad. So there was this one thing he never specified to turn it in. So I was like, "Oh, do we turn this in?" And he goes, Mr. Penn goes, "Yes, Sierra, you turn it in." And I basically, and he was like having an attitude about it. Like, of course you turn it in, are you stupid? Like that. I feel like he called me stupid, but I can't remember. Like, he said something along the lines that was like, basically, if he didn't call me stupid, his actions and his, like, how he was talking was basically calling me stupid. Like, how could you not know to turn this in? So, yeah, there's that. I see him, I think he's a coach too. I see him, like, I always see him around the school. So I hope that his teaching got better. Because, yeah. He still teaches there, I believe. But that Mr. Pringle, I did have him freshman year then. So
I'm a good teacher. Was he good?
Yeah, he was a good teacher. But then after, so I think it was, after my class, like, so I had him for 9th grade, and then he moved to a different school in the town that you live in.
Oh, okay.
So he now teaches that. I don't know, he could have moved again, but I think the pay was higher, that's why he moved. Yeah, so there's that teacher. Okay, do you have another one now? How many more do you have?
Just like 2. They're both about my 2nd grade teacher.
Yeah, I have 2 more left.
I don't know why, but my 2nd grade teacher hated me. Okay, so this one's pretty short. My 2nd grade teacher hated my guts. I have no idea why. This was the same teacher that let me have an open wound on the bus. I don't know why she hated me so much, but, like, she would single me out for doing the most random crap. Like, oh, crap.
You dropped a knife.
They don't need to know that. Okay. It's not open. It's fine. I reached down to get it.
I had coffee in my mouth. I almost spit it out. Because she went to reach down and get it, and the chair just kind of like...
So, basically, my 2nd grade teacher, if I did anything remotely wrong, like, I don't know. I truly do not know what I would do. Like, when I was younger, I used to not bite my fingernails, but, like, I would put, give me a second, I would take the very tip of my finger and just sort of, like, have it in my mouth, because I guess I was kind of, like, anxious and fidgety, and, like, that's something that I would do, and I really don't know how to describe it, and she'd be like, okay, that's gross, go wash your hands.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just, woman, please. I was like super anxious around this woman, and I could not take it. So yeah, that was the thing.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, your turn.
So I'm gonna end off. Oh, so I have 2 more. This story, I'm not gonna give him a name because there's only one teacher involved. He was my 12th grade teacher. So I went from like 7th and 8th grade to like boom last year of high school, which was actually just last year. So he wasn't a bad teacher. He was actually a pretty good teacher. His labs were fun, even though it was like basic science stuff that we were learning, and it was why all my stuff like
all your stories involve science.
Actually, the 7th grade one didn't. That was English. But yeah, so he was really, the only one negative thing I remember about him was we made like crystals, but like I was not very smart, and so he was like letting the crystals prepare for the next year's class because he had to do that, and we were doing a different lab, but my station was like right next to the crystals that he was letting prepare for next week or next year, and we usually worked in partners, and I had no idea what I was doing, and he was the type of teacher that like lets you do things on your own, and he really wouldn't help you because he wanted you to figure it out on your own for like skills, you know what I mean? Like, okay. He wanted you to gain like the skills to like figure it out on your own. He would give us like a little bit of help, but nothing that told us what the answer was. Like, he gave us minimal help. Right. So he'd come around observing, and I like didn't know what I was doing, so I just kind of sat there and tried to avoid eye contact with him. I was like looking at the crystals, and he was like, "Are you going to do something, or are you just going to watch those crystals sit and do nothing?"
What tone did he say it in?
It was very plain. It was like, he was like, "So are you going to he's like, so are you going to do something?"
Not even trying to be like jokey and funny. Not even trying.
I feel like that was his way of joking. Like, cause he jokes with like students all the time, but it was also like, okay, that was kind of rude to me, even if you were trying to joke, because he had never usually joked with me. So if he was trying to joke, like,
bruh,
like it's not like I joked with him first and then he joked with me. It was like, you know, but so that's only like one thing. But when COVID happened, we were the last day of school, we were sitting in his class, and we were supposed to finish up our lab that day, and then the next day we were going to, I think the next week we were supposed to start a new lab. I forget what the lab was about. But anyways, so we're supposed to be finishing up the packet of the lab. So we did the lab. This was the last day of it, and then we're going to turn it in and like start introductory stuff for the next one. But instead, he heard people talking in the halls that they were gonna, like, cause you know how you got school and everything got canceled for 2 weeks, but it turned into like a whole year. But like 2 weeks.
We're approaching the 1 year.
Actually, that's tomorrow.
This is the 12th.
No, that's 2 days away.
This is March 12th. Didn't everything end on March 13th? So tomorrow is the 1 year anniversary of the 2 week lockdown.
But the 14th is when
my kittens turn a year old on the 16th.
But the 14th is when everything like school like the day. No, I think it was the 14th.
Friday the 13th.
Whatever. We're not arguing about that
Okay.
right now. So what was I even saying? Okay. So he heard people in the hallway saying, "Yeah, it's like a 2 week vacation. Are you coming to my party or whatever?" And he got furious. So he took that as like the whole entire school was going to go partying. So instead of like finishing up our stuff, he sat there and gave us a lecture, the entire class, about how we're stupid. And if we're gonna go out and risk, like, I agree, don't go partying when we're not supposed to be going out. But like giving the entire but giving the entire class a lecture when half of us like I don't even go to parties. I never went to a party.
I feel like that should have been a thing that's just like, hey guys, friendly reminder, don't go to parties.
But no, he was like comparing it to like, oh, you see a mother out there, like I think who's pregnant, because like I don't know if they thought pregnant people were more at risk or whatever. He goes, yeah, so if you see a pregnant person out in public, if you're going to go to parties, I want you to walk up to them and tell them that I hope your baby dies because I'm stupid. Or tell that to your grandparent, I hope you die because I'm stupid. Like, he said that to us because he was furious about hearing people going out to parties, and it like scarred our whole class. Like, I remember just sitting there, like, it made me so sad of this lecture that he was giving us. I was like, okay, chill, like, why are you telling us to go tell people that I hope they die because I'm stupid? When I literally, whatever, yeah. He was a good teacher. His class was fun for the subject. Like, the class should have been boring, but he made it fun. But that lecture was and then, you know, we would have covered many topics afterwards, like if we would have stayed in school, but no. I think I learned more about light bulbs and like ceramics than I ever, because the rest of like the 2 months that we were in school, he only did stuff about ceramics and light bulbs.
Did he ever tell you the software engineer joke?
I don't know. I don't want to know it either, so no, don't say it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it really annoyed me that like he didn't even try to move on and find substitutes for what we were supposed to be learning in class. He just like he gave us worksheets about light bulbs and ceramics and continued, like we should have been finishing that day in class and moving on to the next thing, but no. We stayed on ceramics and light bulbs for 2 whole months until the very end of the school year. Okay.
That sounds like a great use of your time.
I know, right?
Is it my turn again?
Yes.
Alrighty.
This is your last one.
Yes, this is my last one. Oh, I just bumped the table. I'm sorry. I forgot.
It probably like picked that up though.
Yeah. Okay, so I have one, and then you have one, and I want to say something. Okay. So one of my friends. Let's call him
Tingle.
No.
Kidding.
No. Okay, let's call him Cap.
Cap?
Like Captain America.
Oh, I was thinking
Cap
like a lid. Cap
no.
like a lid. Cap
okay,
like a lid.
so let's call him Cap. So essentially, in this class, I think it was for like tests or whatever. You know when they bring in the mini laptops on the carts for tests? Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, we had like a login for that, and they're like, okay, always use this login. And all the passwords were essentially the same, except for it was like everybody's last name. So Cap was like, oh my gosh, I don't remember my password, and I'm kind of like freaking out about it. And it's not like we had the computers that day, but he was just like, I don't know my password. You know when you know that you don't know something, and even though you don't need it right then, like when you lose an item of clothing. And even though you don't need it right then, it still stresses you out. Yeah, so he was basically like that. And so I wrote down like what he needed because I knew it. I wrote down like his password and on a little piece of paper. And then my brother had told me, like, if you're gonna rip paper, like, by doing the folding thing and then ripping it, it'd be easier if you licked the paper.
Oh, no.
If you licked the paper on the fold, because then it would tear easier. I was a very stupid second grader, and I actually did so. So...
People do it all the time, though. Like,
really? With a global pandemic going on right now?
Okay, well, not right now. Like, if you take a piece of paper and you need to, like, let's say you want to fold it in half and you need to, like...
Yeah, that's basically what he was saying. And so I was trying to do that to help out Cap, my friend, who I haven't seen forever. So I'm licking this paper, getting ready to tear it. My second grade teacher, all these stories are about the same teacher, now I feel bad. But, so she comes up to me and she's like, what are you doing with that paper? And I'm like, oh, nothing, because for some reason I felt guilty, like, that I was trying to help out my friend, because, like, that was something that she made very clear I was not supposed to be doing right then, because I forget what we were working on. I don't even know if we were working on anything, but I was like, oh, nothing, and she's like, no, it wasn't nothing, you were licking it, and she said this so loud, and, like, every kid in the class turned and looked at me, and I was just, why would you do that? No!
The reason probably all your stories are from second grade is because you only went to public school from K through 2.
Yeah. This teacher was vicious, man. Okay, yours, and then I want to say something.
Okay, so this one had to do with my 4th grade teacher. I think she's retired now, but, yeah. So, whoa. She used to be the principal, too, at some point, but I don't think I was at the school.
Okay.
I have, like, kind of 2 stories about her. So, one time, I was this student who, like, got very upset if I didn't know how to do something, and, like, Colleen tweeted and it distracted me.
Girl.
Wait, she said, she replied to Joey Graceffa. Okay. Dang it, I was doing really good about not mentioning her. Okay, moving on.
Anyways.
Moving on. So we had this, like, history test or whatever. What are you doing? Are you doing makeup in the... She's, like, poking. I know, it looks like you're, like, trying to apply something.
Yesterday I didn't do my makeup today because I like never wear makeup, but yesterday when I did my makeup, I did fake freckles, and I really liked how they looked. And now I'm using a pencil pretending that I'm applying more fake freckles because they were cute.
Anyways, so I think I have got distracted with every single thing I tried to say. You're gonna watch this back, and it's just gonna be like me stopping in the middle of everything. Okay, motorcycle.
Yeah, there are so many motorcycles. It's really nice out. It's like the perfect weather for going motorcycling. But jeez, dude, why are they so loud?
Okay, my mom just asked me if I'm almost done, so we really have to hurry.
Yeah, we gotta hurry.
So I start crying because I didn't know what I was doing, and I don't know if a student told her what happened or if she noticed. She was like, "Come back here, ask for help. Don't start crying if you don't know something." Like, to a little 4th grader, and I was embarrassed that she, like, scolded me for crying and not asking for help.
Oh.
Okay, but then the other one was, I got, like, me and this girl, and we're cool now, but in elementary school, we hated each other desperately. Desperately, that wasn't the right word. We viciously hated each other.
We heard the Brian Passion of 1,000 Placing songs.
We were always fighting. And the teacher, I think we were tattletales too. So we were always, like, fighting. I don't know why, but we were kids, always fighting. We weren't meant to be friends at that age. I remember the teacher threatening to put us on separate sides at the playground. She's like, if you guys don't stop fighting, like, imagine that, though. Like, the playground was divided up, so there's one part with, like, a bridge and a slide and, like, climbing thingies, and then the other side had the, like, separate monkey bars and the climb thing, and then
I think my school had something like that, or, yeah.
And then there was, like, a basketball, yeah. Anyways, it's hard to explain, but anyways, she was like, basically, we would have only been allowed to play on, but never happened, thank the Lord, but, like, I just remember being so offended that she said that, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be restricted to, like, one side of the playground because of this girl.
Why don't they make playgrounds that adults can play in? Like, this size for adults. I would love to go to a playground right now.
Yeah, but that's the one story that, like, I don't want, like,
Yeah.
When I become a teacher, when kids fight,
There's better ways to handle it than, hey, Captain America Civil War style.
Okay. What was the thing you wanted to say?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this is going to come out, I think, Monday the 15th, and my cat's turning a year old on Tuesday the 16th.
Okay. You want people to wish them a happy birthday?
Yes, I do. We should put pictures of them on our Instagram because they're super cute. Their names are Godzilla and Chewbacca, or Chunky. You see her, it'll make a lot of sense. They're 2 girls, and they're my world, and they're my grandchildren, and I love them dearly. So,
okay. Wait, oh my gosh, they were born like
3 days after quarantine started. Here's the thing.
I remember that. It doesn't even feel like that long ago.
Yeah, because you were thinking of adopting one for a while, and your mom said no. But they were born like 3 days after quarantine started. Also, fun story. They were born from a stray cat. So I told my mom for like a month that I thought this stray cat that we named Shadow was pregnant, and my entire family was like, no, she's not pregnant. I don't think she is. Then one day they're shaking me awake telling me, hey, we think your cat had kittens. So basically I spent the entire day looking for these kittens. I found them under a bush. There were 4 of them. It was 2 boys and 2 girls. The 2 boys live with my grandma now. So basically, my kittens' birthday is coming up, and
it doesn't feel like that long ago.
Yeah, they were born right as quarantine started, so we spent our entire quarantine with these kittens.
Oh my gosh.
They were literally like the only thing that got us through quarantine. I probably would have lost my marbles. And they're my babies, and I love them. So wish them a happy birthday.
Okay, yeah, we need to hurry.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was all our stories, but now we're gonna play a little game.
Oh.
It's a very simple game.
When I was in kindergarten, I had a very rude hall monitor.
Okay.
She was a teacher. She was vicious. I hated her with every fiber of my being.
I don't know how the actual words go, so we're gonna make it up. It's called concentration. So it's like concentration 64. I told you about this.
Wait, is this the thing that I compared to the Camp Rock thing?
Yes.
The movie that I've never seen, but there's been so many memes about it.
So you know that game where it goes concentration?
No.
64. Okay. Anyways, so the category is going to be school because we're talking about like teachers and everything. So you say a word that like revolves around the category. So you can do animals, fruits, I don't know, zoo, stuff like that. We're going to do school, and if you stumble or mess up, or like if you stumble, you lose. If you pause and like wait too long to say something,
at this.
Okay, we're both going to suck at this. It's fine. We'll do like maybe 1 or 2 rounds.
Okay.
So I don't know the words, so like there's a little beat to go with it before you start. I'm just gonna make it up. Well, I kind of know what it is, but I don't know what exactly. But okay. So we go like this. So put your hands the other way.
Oh, okay. This is a joint activity.
Concentration. Something like that. 60. Wait. No, Dakota.
What is going on?
Concentration. 64. No hesitation or repeat. I think that's how it goes. I'll go first, then you. Category is teacher, school, teachers,
apple,
desk,
pencils,
students.
Why are you making eye contact with me? Chalkboard.
You lost.
No, I was asking why you're making direct eye contact with me. You know how eye contact makes me feel.
I literally wasn't. I was like zoned out. I was like looking over there, but it looked like I was looking.
Okay.
Because I can't make eye contact either.
Wow,
that was awkward. Like, I didn't mean to. See, I got weird.
I can't make eye contact.
Do you want to try it again and redeem yourself? Or no?
Sure.
Okay. We're just gonna. Okay. Concentrate. Your rings hurt.
I'm sorry. Do you want me to take off my rings? Do you want me to take off my personality? Sorry.
Yeah, they were hitting like right here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
That's a lot of rings. Okay.
It's only 5.
I was like half a hand. I mean,
no, we're 3 on one hand and 2 on the other.
Did you not hear what I just said? I said that's half a hand. I meant that's a full hand.
It's a full hand divided up. No, I have 5 rings, and I put them on both hands. But like, if one's on my right middle finger, then I can't have one on my left middle finger. You know, so it's like balance.
Okay.
Balance, as all things should be.
Concentration. 64. No hesitation or repeats. Category is teachers. I forgot the part. I'll go first, then you. Category is school. Apples.
PE uniforms.
Whiteboards.
Football.
Smartboards.
Crayons.
Students.
Notepads.
Rug.
Desk.
Group time.
Folder.
Okay, we both won a round. Okay.
Yay!
That game was.
Can I put my rings back on now?
Yes. Okay. So the last thing is what made you happy. You can go first. Or did that make you uncomfortable?
It's gotten nice out lately, so I can go outside on this swing that I have and just swing for like 10 minutes.
Yep.
That's fun.
I started driving, and I did okay the first couple times, but then the second time, I had a habit of going over the white line. I don't know why, and I may or may not have gotten pulled over in the car. Wait, did I tell you about that?
You got pulled over, Sierra?
In the driving instructor's car, because I was going over the line, the white line. The cop was mad.
Oh, another thing that made me happy. I like my outfit today.
Your outfit's cute. Okay.
I forgot to change my shoes.
Okay, hold on. We have to hurry.
Okay, fine.
Yep. So, yeah. So, I did bad last Friday. Well, he said I did good, but like, anyways. Yeah. But you could tell he was actually serious today. So, I drove today, and I was actually able to find the center of the road.
Nice.
And I didn't go over the white line. I mean, I may have, but he didn't correct me about it. So, I did really well. He said, because that was what he was working with me today, is like, Dakota is not going over the white line. And I did really well. And so,
yay.
I had it. That was this morning. That's why it made me happy today, because I did well, and I wasn't really stressed out. That's it. Actually, if you like, because we asked about your horror stories on Twitter, not our podcast. Like, never mind. Yeah. So we asked about that, but we didn't include everyone, and also like not everyone follows us on Twitter. Yada yada yada. So, if you would like to leave your teacher horror stories
and something that made you happy.
Oh yeah, and what made you happy. That's gonna be a weird like combination.
Yeah.
Okay. Leave them down below. You can tell us what made you happy and your teacher horror stories.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for tuning in. We're hoping to have an episode up in 2 weeks again, but we never know. We're still new to this, and we're trying. So, but that's it. Okay, bye.